Scanning, synchronizing, stabilizing. Engaged.
Yo, what's happening, everybody? Good afternoon. This is a gracious Wednesday afternoon, and I'm excited to be here today. This is what you call Brother's Keeper. It is a segment of a case couch that I do like I'm starting in the middle of the week, just to kind of check your vitals and see where you are for the week. What are you doing? What's on your mind? Where you're going? Conversations that may come up here. You might not hear about them in church. You might not even talk about them at home. But they are relevant conversations that possibly need to be had. Not possibly, they do need to be had. I'm not going to be long. This segment is just really geared to be maybe about 10 minutes during the week, just to check your vitals. You know, like Michael Jackson said in the video, Annie, are you okay? So are you okay, Annie? So we are checking to see if you're okay, Annie. We're checking to see if you're fine. We're checking to see if you are on your game, and to have some conversation real quick. And this segment is actually brought to you by Standard Mag. Standard Mag is the voice for the culture and also the oxygen for the entrepreneur. So we're excited about the magazine, what it's doing. And also, this segment is brought to you by KR3 & Co., where the company helps companies grow and grow securely. Enterprise is really doing really well as well. Listen, today I was just kind of want to just touch on commitment. Like, what are you committed to? Like, you know, within the next 45, 50 days, there will be a new turn of the calendar year. January 1st, you know, it's just a phenomenal way of people starting over or resetting their lives, or they're putting themselves in perspective or what they want for the year. You know, mantras: I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to be more focused. I'm going to do well on my job. I'm going to make this certain amount of money a year. But how many people, 9 times out of 10, a lot of people have already given up and have let go of their mantras and resolutions by the spring. And today I want you, going forward, ask yourself, what are you committing to? What are you committing your life to? Are you really positioning yourself to be a better individual? First of all, what does commitment mean? It is a situation where you dedicate yourself to a cause, or, you know, or some sort of movement, or some sort of decision. So when you decide, that's like breaking that down. When you decide, anything with side on means to kill off. CIDE means to kill off, like suicide, pesticide, you know, homicide, you know, those type of things. It means to kill off. So when you decide or make a decision, you are killing off an old way of things that you're doing. So how committed are you to killing off the old way? You cannot put new wine in old wineskin based on what scripture talks about. Or the Bible also discusses, if you want more, you got to, you know, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So that means you cannot acquire new doing old habits. So what are you committing yourself to today? Are you committing yourself to your legacy? If so, what are you doing to protect that legacy? Are you protecting yourself with, you know, new or improved financial undertone of how you're doing those things? Like, I want to give you some statistics. I did this last week. I did speak on some statistics last week, what I thought was very helpful for some people. Is I want you to understand that 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women will contract some form of cancer. So what are you doing to protect your legacy? What are you doing to position yourself to take care of your family, and also the probabilities that could knock on your front door? So what are you committing to today? Are you committing to your legacy? Or are you taking care of yourself? Are you making sure that your family is taken care of? Are you making sure that you're taken care of? So I want you to know too, also as well, I was sharing with a family yesterday, husband and wife couple. We was having a great conversation, and what I shared with them was, you know, you can be committed to doing nothing. I want you to really take a look at yourself and ask yourself, am I committing to doing nothing? Because if you always you want change, you want to do this, you want to have that, I want to acquire a new car, I want a new mindset, I want a better physical body. What are you doing or what are you doing to position yourself to get those things that you want? Are you just wishing or just wanting, or are you doing? People, there are only three types of people I think that's in this world: the ones that are asking what's happening, the ones that are witnessing what is happening, and the ones that make things happen. What are you doing? How are you handling yourself? Are you making things happen in your life? If you're very upset with what you got going on, do you know that you're not a tree? You can change the way you think, you can reposition your mindset, you can reposition yourself, and then you can go for what you want to have. Your car cannot start. The ignition cannot turn without you taking your key, going into the car, unlocking it, and turning over the ignition. That's how your body works. If you really think about it, your body is just a corpse, just a living, breathing shell that's housing the spirit on the inside. So it's the spirit, the soul, and the mind that's actually pushing this body to do the work. So your mind and the spirit and the will to do is just like the keys for the ignition. If you make up in your mind to make this decision to go forth and live your dreams, then your body has no choice but to do what you tell it to do. Do you understand that when this body no longer works, that means your God has called you home, or called the spirit of your body home, and that you'll just be a good looking, beautiful person or corpse that once was in front of everybody if you do the traditional funeral deal. So you got to know that you have time. If you living and breathing and the spirit has not left this body, that means you got time to make changes. So what are you going to commit to today? What are you going to commit to? Where are your commitments lying at? Are you committing yourself to doing nothing? Are you committing to yourself to wanting more? Are you committing yourself to wishing that you had more? Or are you committing yourself to be a covet of your neighbor, be jealous, and also be a backseat driver? What are you going to do? Like, what do you want out of life? Where do you want to go out of life? How do you want to handle yourself? It is very important for you to know it is your responsibility. It is your responsibility. No more blaming nobody. No more getting upset with your neighbor. No more being mad at your sister. No more being upset with your husband. No, you need to position yourself now to align yourself with purpose. So what are you committing to? What are your commitments? Where are your commitments going? How are you handling yourself? Are you committing yourself to good health? If you look around, real life is really happening right now to everybody. It's really, really happening. Now, life is, to me, it can be very simple. Now, once tragedy that's happened to one person, one tragedy is happening to one person, might not be happening to you right now. But at the same time, some of the same situations happens to everybody in different cases. So you got to know that if you're not prepared, then, just start getting yourself in order. No one is wishing bad nothing on you, but life happens. It happens to everybody. The inevitable things will happen to everybody. Well, how do you know? Well, think about generation to generations. We've taken somebody else's place. At some point in time in life, somebody's going to take yours. So what are you doing in the meantime? What are you doing in the meantime to handle yourself? What are you doing in the meantime to live the life that you need to live in order to make it purposeful for the next generation? Are you handling yourself? Are you doing it for yourself, or you're doing it for the legacy of your people? I wanted to come on today because, like I said, we're going to be doing what you call brother's keeper. My internet may be lagging a bit. I don't have my traditional setup, which I truly miss. My PC, I do. I really miss my setup, but nonetheless, I am here. Good to see my friend Benares. Yes, commitments is very important, man. I really appreciate that. Commitments freestyle commitments do not work. It does not. Freestyle commitments does not work. You got to plan. You got to position yourself and be ready to do what's necessary for your life. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., If you're committed to living a more healthier life, we'll be on our K's Couch segment with Dr. Latronica Fisher. She is a holistic doctor from Houston, Texas, and we'll be talking tomorrow about hormones. Last week we talked about gut. The week before we talked about diabetes. The week before that we was on blood pressure. So if you're looking at controlling, because it is your responsibility, you got to know your health is your responsibility. Your health is your wealth. We often talk about God save me from high cholesterol. Well, okay, so what did you do in order to get the high cholesterol? What did you do? Because you wasn't born with high cholesterol, so you start taking a look at your life, start taking a look at your being, start taking a look at what you want. If you want to become better, change your mind to be better. I need to let you know that commitment in doing nothing serves the same energy or requires the same energy to do something. If you choose not to do anything, you're committing to not doing anything. If you choose not to make a decision, you're committing to doing nothing. If you choose not to go to the gym, you're committing to not getting yourself together. If you choose not to, freshen yourself up, that's a conscious choice. You are committing to doing nothing. I want you to get the picture here. That commitment, there's a commitment everywhere. You're committing to something everywhere. Every minute, every second of the day, you are committing. So your question should be to yourself is, what am I committing to today? Now, I want to give you, like I said, these statistics. I'm going to share these with you again. 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women will contract some form of cancer. There are over 800,000 stroke victims per day. Every 44 seconds, someone in the U.S. has a heart attack. Approximately 70% of people over the age of 65 will require some long-term assistance during their lifetime, and over 40% will need care in a nursing home. I want you to know, if you're not in the position right now to protect yourself from the probabilities of life that could knock on your door, I want you to give me a call. I am thankful that I'm in a position where I can help people. I can help you. I can talk to you. I can position you, to hedge against, the things that could possibly knock at your front door. You can reach me at 470-738-7667, or you can DM me, reach out to me, talk to me. I want to be able to sit here because I feel like I'm responsible with having a license. I'm licensed in 7 different states: California, Texas, Georgia. We're looking at Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and New York. So if I can help you and be of service, listen, don't wait until it's too late to try to make a decision. Most of us, and a lot of people are reactors to a circumstance. Don't be a reactor. Be proactive. Position yourself to be in the best place possible. CEOs of businesses, are you living a facade? Are you living a facade? Are you truly in a place where they say if something happens to you today, God forbid, you go walking to your refrigerator and you're stricken down with a stroke, or if you go to the doctor and you're going for a routine checkup and you're actually stricken and diagnosed with some sort of, chronic disease or some critical disease, what will you do? How long would it take to be uncomfortable in your home, to be able to outlive that? Like talk. These are real situations, real questions that I'm asking. And these are situations that I can talk to you about too. So you can reach out to me, and I'm thankful that I am in a place where I can talk to people, I can share, and I can help you. So you can reach out to me, 470-738-7667, 470-738-7667. These are questions and conversations that need to be had, not just in home, but also in the church, or just simple conversations. It's a lot of real life that's happening right now. A lot of people during this pandemic, during this transition of life, are falling short or leaving here. People that we know, people that we love, people that we don't want to leave. But at the end of the day, it's our responsibility to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves and doing what it is that we're doing in the event something may happen. So I want you to reach out. But today, again, this is Brother's Keeper, and I am so honored to be a part of your life. And if you tuned in, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part. Thank you for, just tuning in and listening to what I got to say, because my voice is just like any other voice, but I choose to open it. Now, so you have a voice, you have a level of influence. What are you doing? How are you committing? What are you committing to today? How are you handling yourself? Where are you positioning yourself to do more for your people? Listen, so like I said, I'm here to help. I'm here to serve. I'm here to actually help hedge against any type of issue that may come knocking at your front door, whether you become critical ill, critical injured, or terminal, or chronic. I can help out with that. But I'm here to have those conversations to make you to be aware that life is happening. Life could happen. Do you want things to catch you with your works undone or with things unravel, or you want to know that if something happens or if something tries to knock at the door, are you well protected? Listen, I love everybody. You guys are phenomenal. You guys are great. Hey, Ellen, how you doing? And my big bro, love you, man. Paul, good to see you, man. I want everybody to know that you guys are special, that you guys are awesome. I want you guys to know, don't allow nothing in your life to keep you from doing what it is you want to do for yourself. Love you. Y'all be good. Peace.